Lindsey Graham said something on Fox News that was very scary and is in line with many of the things Donald Trump has said recently in response to the FBI raid of Mar-a-Lago. So we'll take a look at this and then discuss.
Most Republicans, including me, believes when it comes to Trump, there is no law. It's all about getting him. There's a double standard when it comes to Trump. What happened with Hunter Biden is that the FBI weighed in to make sure a story didn't break for the 2020 election. We now have.
So we talked about this previously. And if you're watching this current segment out on the YouTube channel in segment form and you don't have access to the full show because you're not a patron, which you should be, or if you're not listening to the podcast, which also does the full show, then I encourage you to go watch my segment on Hunter Biden. I broke down all of what's true and what's not true, but what he's saying right now is very misleading.
I have whistleblowers at the FBI telling Senator Grassley that they were told to slow down and back off Hunter Biden. And I'll say this, if there's a prosecution of Donald Trump for mishandling classified information after the Clinton debacle, which you presided over and did a hell of a good job, there'll be riots in the streets.
That is dangerous. Now, what he's saying is likely true, unfortunately. What he's saying is probably true. If Trump is indicted, there probably will be riots in the streets. But I say that within the context of not wanting it to happen and not wanting people to feel encouraged to do so. I'm saying that from an opposition point of view. Lindsey Graham did not give any caveats that I beg people not to respond this way. He said it in a threat way. When all you say is, look, all these bad things were done by Biden. If Trump gets indicted or gets prosecuted, there's going to be riots in the streets. And you don't follow it up with, which there absolutely should not be. And I say to every person watching this right now, do not respond if that happens in that way. Nope. He said it like, we have the power to threaten you violently in that way as a movement, and we're going to use it. Very, very bad. Very bad. And we've seen similar stuff from Trump where he'll say, you know, there is going to be violence if, I'm paraphrasing, but many times he's repeated that my followers are going to be very angry and violent if this witch hunt continues to go on, and doesn't do everything possible on his end to make sure that doesn't happen, doesn't encourage his followers to stay peaceful, which would be the response if you really cared about the safety and lives of even your own followers, not to mention the people that they may be threatening. And so it's scary to see that they recognize the truth of there being this threat, but don't recognize the responsibility they have to prevent it from happening.